Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and here we go again. So, we just got finished talking about this right here, this LR Vegeta Blue Dokkan collab figure, right? Now, we've seen this happen a couple of times before where there have been Dokkan Battle collab figures, and every time people always go, oh, don't make anything of it. It's just a figure of the, it's just a figure of the character in game. But, continually, these are actually proving to mean something. We can go back to the 4-year anniversary where, I just got this picture of the Super Saiyan 4 Goku collab one. There was also the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. One of them was a collab, another one, I think, was a prize or something like that. I can't remember explicitly the details, but, we had this. Turns out, we saw the 4-year anniversary units earlier than we expected because they were these figures, right? And there also was that leak of the 4-year anniversary units quite early as well. So there was a lot of leaks regarding to the 4-year anniversary Super Saiyan 4 units. But, this ended up being an LR in-game. Now this, we got right here. This is not a new unit coming out, this Vegeta Blue collab, but they announced an LR Vegeta Blue Legendary campaign alongside it. Now, that's great. I mean, free-to-play players should know, really, everyone should have this guy rainbowed anyway. But, now you're just going to get all your orbs back. You're going to get a bunch of stones. You're going to get Elder Kais. It's just great for all players. A lot of free rewards, right? So, this meant something. The fact that this Vegeta Blue was a Dokkan collab means something. It meant this LR Vegeta Blue Legendary campaign. So, now we have this info right here. A Majin Vegeta and Super Saiyan 2 Son Goku are getting a collab figure. Now, there are many, many things this could mean. So let's go over some of it, right? I was talking about this a little bit with Garesh, kind of seeing what he was thinking. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff, but I do right now think that this will be in-game. This will involve something in-game in December. There's going to be something related to Majin Vegeta and Super Saiyan 2 Goku in December in Dokkan. Now we'll talk about some of the possibilities, right? So, number one, if we look at Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku, right? There's essentially 3 cards, because this one right here awakens into a Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku. We really, see, here's the thing. In the early days of Dokkan, so many units, this is a better point to make with Majin Vegeta. So many units, would specialize in one type of thing, right? Like Majin Vegeta right here is still incredibly impressive. 150% on super attack. He's still one of the hardest hitting units in the game. I don't know that there's any Dokkan Fest TUR or anything that could come close to the level of damage that Majin Vegeta can put out, right? He just flicks his wrist and it's, 3 million, 4 million attack stats left and right. It's very, very impressive. But he doesn't have defense. That's the thing. A lot of these old units, I just looked at him, Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku right here, very good, but he doesn't have defense. Now, after he gets his eventual EZA, when these guys start getting EZAs to 120% leaders, look out. That's all I can say for that. But, he's not good defensively. And, now, we have the legendary events. We got, Super Battle Road, Dokkan events, Dokkan Battlefield, EZAs. There's so many different areas where we need good units that it's good that there's several same type named units that are good in different areas. Look at Frieza, right? The AGL Final Form Frieza just came out, who I wouldn't just immediately go, yeah, he's way better than SCR Final Form Frieza, who came out last year. SCR Final Form Frieza will do more damage, so he's better for Dokkan events, right? But the AGL Final Form Frieza as an AoE, and with the stunning and the sealing and the stuff he could do, is good for Super Battle Road or World Tournament because of his AoE. So, these units can fulfill different roles. Now, I do think there is an empty, we could get a Dokkan Fest exclusive, Super Saiyan 2 Goku Angel and Majin Vegeta. Again, there are several, Majin Vegeta especially, these 3 are all good. The tech one, no, he's not really too good. I mean, perhaps maybe he could, okay, I think there's 3 possibilities. I think we get a dual Dokkan Fest. I think we could have the free-to-play ones, this guy right here, and then this Vegeta right here, could awaken into LRs. I'll get to that more in a bit. And then the last thing is maybe like this Super Saiyan 2 Goku Angel and this Vegeta would get easy A's, or maybe even the Battlefield Vegeta and Goku would get easy A's. Either one is very hype because, like, again, a lot of these cards are really good. Like, okay, so this guy came out with the 4-year anniversary, right? Global's getting this guy very, very soon, only a couple weeks. He's very good. His healing, the amount of attack and defense he gets per orb, a very, very strong unit, a very defensive unit. He's on a number of good teams. Very solid unit, right? And then, you know, we'll talk about them in a second. Then this SCR Majin Vegeta, again, very, very good. He's great for providing, you know, SCR key orbs all over the field. He can hit very, very hard. You know, he greatly raises his attack for one turn. These units are just strong. They're just strong units. I really like, you know, Majin Vegeta and the Super Saiyan 2 Goku, right? So, we could get a Dokkan Fest exclusive, like, dual Dokkan Fest. I do think that would work. Like, maybe, like, an Super Saiyan 2 Goku Angel, and then, I don't know, I guess, how about an Majin Vegeta? That would be interesting, making them both intelligence. I mean, they could, since there's no typing for them there. But let's talk about the Battlefield TURs, right? Now, Global has not gotten these guys yet. I have to imagine they're coming soon. Like, it seriously, any Battlefield now at this point, these two could show up. They're ridiculous. They're, like, on the level as some of the best free-to-play units in the game. Because I've not rainbowed them, I guess I don't use them that much, but they, really thinking about it, they are better than Second Form Frieza, huh? Second Form Frieza is nice with his AoE, but these two are able to easily do, like, 2 million attack stats. They've got good defense. Like, the way their attack and defense builds up, both of them, they're just very impressive. And they're designed in the way that some of the Goku and Vegeta cards have been, where, like, one kind of, like, they kind of swap, right? Like, you know, Vegeta greatly raises his attack on Super, Goku greatly raises defense on Super attack. One of them gets a defense with every attack performed. The other one gets a defense. Like they have different percentages right there. So, like, Majin Vegeta gets to 180% defense. Goku gets to 180% attack, right? Several different factors here. Now, if these guys would awaken into LR, Goresh made a pretty good point to me that you don't have to do much for these two, if they awaken to LR, to become, like, some of the best units in the game. Like, it would be very easy, just the way their passive is set up. You know, then you would give them SA20, you know, you'd give them Mega Colossal on their 18 key super, get them available to get up to 24 key, plus the stats buffs. I mean, you know, their passive would go up at least a little bit. You know, let's say they do awaken to LR. Maybe attack and defense is 50%, and then maybe you could raise this up to 150%, and then this up to, like, 200% or something like that. Just doing that, they are going to be two of the best units in the game, like, completely free to play. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Here's the thing, though. So, this is why I think it is possible. Again, they could go very, very minuscule on the buffs right here, because we've seen this before where traditional free-to-play units have awakened into an LR with B-Pan right here, right? So, let's take a look at how the B-Pan's upgrades, right? Global is about to get LR B-Pan very soon as well during the 4th anniversary. So, B-Pan recovers 30% of damage dealt as HP, and then high chance to reduce damage received by 50%. That's her TUR. Then we look at her LR, recovers 33% of damage dealt, and then high chance to reduce damage by 55%. Barely an increase. They raised it almost nothing right there. Because, as a free-to-play unit, just getting LR stats, you know, being able to get 18 key super, being able to get up to SA20, it really leads to these units being very impressive, right? Now, let's also take a look at how her stats went up, right? So, B-Pan went from about 10,500 attack and 7,500 defense to 13,000, basically 14,000 attack and 11,000 defense. So, about 3,500 of an increase for both, we could say. So, like, let's move over to the Goku and Vegeta. So, that would put Goku at about 15,000 attack. That's high, dude. Again, you might think, oh, well, you know, a lot of, you know, Dokkan Fest CURs and stuff have higher attack than that. But, I mean, dude, still, like, 15,000 attack, and then, you know, he could potentially have, you know, like, an attack passive of, you know, maybe 200%. Maybe these would go up, like, 20%, right? So, like, they'd be able to get to 140% and 200%. I feel like that could be realistic. But if he had 200% attack at 15,000 attack stat, and he was able to get up to 24 key, SA20, these guys are going to be crazy. Like let's look at Vegeta. So Vegeta, pretty much same thing, about 15,000 attack is what it looks like he would end up with, and about a similar type defense. So if these guys do awaken into LRs, that's insanity. If we get a dual Dokkan Fest, that would be so awesome. I mean, it's not surprising that they continue to release units from this fight, because to me, when I was growing up, back in the, I'm talking, when I was 10, 10, 11, 12, stuff like that. I remember a lot of people saying, Super Saiyan 2 Goku versus Majin Vegeta was their favorite fight. People who didn't say Super Saiyan 2 Gohan versus Cell, they said Super Saiyan 2 Goku versus Majin Vegeta. That fight was so good. The animation, in the anime, it looked so good. A lot of the fight in the anime is actually, technically filler. It wasn't shown in the manga, but it's so damn good. So I'm not upset that they continue to go back to the well releasing these units. And, a dual, we don't have a Dokkan Fest for Majin Vegeta. Majin Vegeta deserves one, dude. Majin Vegeta needs a Dokkan Fest for sure. A Dokkan Fest event. And I think, Angel Super Saiyan 2 Goku definitely could get one as well. So I would say, in order of how likely things are, right? I think a dual Dokkan Fest is probably the most likely to me. Super Saiyan 2 Goku Angel and Majin Vegeta dual Dokkan Fest. I'd say the second possibility is either this tech Angel Super Saiyan 2 Goku and this tech Majin Vegeta, or the Battlefield Majin Vegeta and Goku get easy A's. So one of the sets of units get an easy A. I think that's very possible. I'll put that as the number 2 most likely option. I don't even know, see, these two units are, they've got things that are solid about them, but I'd need to see more. This Goku, I think he's the only unit in the game that gets any type of buff, being the third attacker in a turn. So that's kind of interesting. You have to keep him floating, right? So I would love to see, if he got an easy A, how they would adapt that. What changes would they actually give him here? With the stats buff, if they gave him massive amounts of attack and defense as a third attacker, maybe bump him up to immense or something, or, greatly raise attack or stack attack on super attack, he could be interesting. And, Tech Majin Vegeta, I'll say this, he gets an easy A, that is going to be a game changer, because he would become amazing for the World Tournament. He would be a very, very strong World Tournament AoE. I think we need more AoE units, so I could potentially see this guy getting an easy A. I think the chances are more than 0, so, that would be the next guess. And then I think the most unlikely, but definitely still possible, is that rather than easy A, these two guys awaken into LRs. Again, if they do that, though, they're going to become 2 of the best units in the game. It may sound like I'm memeing, but it's going to happen. And, dude, their leader skills. Are they going to jump up to transforming Goku and Frieza? Have the same leader skills as them? Because, look at what their leader skills are incredible already. 90% all extreme and all super. That's great for a new player. So, I don't know. Y'all let me know, what do you want to see? What do you think is most likely? I'll say I want a dual Dokkan Fest. I think a dual Dokkan Fest is what I would like the best, but them awakening to LRs would be very, very impressive. So we'll finish up here. I do think this will mean one of those things. It could be nothing, but, usually these mean something. Later, guys.